Hello everyone, my name is Corman590 and I am here today with another video on Corman's picks. Now, for this next Pokemon we have up is a Pokemon that is also heavily underrated, and I don't know why, because this thing's stats are amazing and it's insane. So, couldn't already tell, we have Slaking right here, and he is a normal type, which is a trend I've noticed. It seems like all the normal types are just in that one specific range to where people just overlook them a lot. So, this Pokemon, it has a lot of fun things you can do with it. It's really good in doubles and it's really good in singles, well, depending on how you want it to fit your team. So, what I have right here are 3 sets and 1 support and 1 comparison. So that's why I feel like it's a good thing. I just get Pokemon, I show off some sets, then I show the support for it if you're considering building a team around it, or and then show a comparison to like other Pokemon. Yeah, I have a legendary right there. That's not, well, you know it's going to be good. So right here we have the first set. This is my one I like to run in singles. Like the next one right here is singles too, but I like this one more for singles and it's more of my personal use. So, Giga Impact, Retaliate, Fire Punch, and Night Slash are its moves. Now, let's look at the EVs first. This thing is, I don't know why it has this god tier of stats, but apparently it does, because a sloth can get steroids, then consume them, and then turn into whatever the heck Slaking is. So, 150 base HP, 160 base attack, 100 base defense, 95 base special attack, 95 on something that doesn't even look like it has any special coverage at all, 65 on special defense, and 100 speed. Now, if Slaking had 65 special attack and 95 special defense, this would be much more threatening, and you would definitely see it a lot more, and it probably wouldn't be so underrated. So what makes Slaking underrated is this thing right here, Truant. Truant is an ability that makes a Pokemon skip every other turn instead of using a move. So basically, you can get stalled out by Protect, or someone can just predict the Truant on one turn, constantly set up in your face, and do all this nasty and mean stuff that you don't want. But however, we can play around that pretty easily. So with Slaking, terrible ability, wonderful and great stats. I seriously don't know why people use this thing. So let's look at the first attack. Giga Impact. That hits harder than Chatot Boom Burst while it has a Megaphone. So, this is basically the physical version of an underrated Chatot. Giga Impact one-shotting so many things on so many levels. I believe it can one-shot, like, I don't know, Snorlax after one stockpile, if you run Hammer Arm or something. But it just gets so many one-shots. And then Retaliate. This can be run as a revenge kill Pokemon too, if you really wanted to. Come in after someone dies, Retaliate, one-shot as well. 10 points less power than Giga Impact, but it works pretty well. Fire Punch. Good for coverage if you want super effective types on Ferrothorns. If you predict they're going to try and come in on you and stall you out, you Fire Punch that turn, they're dead. Period. There's no way Ferrothorn can survive a 160 base attacking Pokemon with 252 in attack, hitting you with a Life Orb. There's no way you're living that. So for this set, you want to run 120 in HP, 252 in attack, and 136 in speed, since 100 base speed is already pretty fast. Yes, this thing is 100 base speed, even though it's lying on its side, acting like a slow, fat, obese monkey. Now, this next set we have right here is the more of a standard one. You're going to see if I can even call it standard and people run it. But basically, you run Choice Band, and just lead with it or do whatever you want with it. Giga Impact, Earthquake, Fire Punch, Night Slash. You're going to more look for super effective hits when it comes to this set. So you look for that super effective hit, you duke it out, get that one-hit KO, switch out, come back in, rinse and repeat until your opponent is like belittled. Now, I like this one too because it's basically just a, hey, I don't know what to put on my team. I need a lot of physical power. Choose Slaking, Choice Band, full attack, full speed investment, adamant nature. You're still one-shotting a lot of things, and you have a lot of good bulk. 442 base, well, not 442 base hit points. 442 on the hit points, even with when it's not invested hardly. You got the 4 points there, and it gets one stat. So 441 if you don't even put it there. Now, you could also do this. You could run Choice Scarf instead of Banded if you were worried about getting outsped and one-hit KO'd, but honestly, you're not getting one-hit KO'd with Slaking unless someone manages to hit you with a Focus Blast. But apparently, using high miss moves and not gambling for better chances is really bad, and people can't figure out how to play around that. Now, I really like the Choice Scarf set too because you can just outspeed and run over things with it. And you won't risk on getting close combated by something. So that's really good too. Personally, my set, I feel like it's a lot better. You have options to use moves. You can fake your opponent out by staying in because a lot of the times people are going to think that you switch Slaking out. No, you can keep Slaking in on another turn and basically just stay in there and get another Giga Impact off or an Earthquake or Fire Punch or Night Slash. Slaking actually gets a lot of recovery. It gets all the elemental punches. It gets Hammer Arm. I think it even gets Flamethrower too, but you wouldn't really want to run special Slaking. That's just not a thing. Now, this last Slaking is a very, very fun, gimmicky double set, and I always have to have something fun with these guides. So right here, we have Bulk Up, Slack Off, Rock Slide, Protect, and Prankster. Now, this is very, very fun to use because that Pokemon right next to this set is actually the thing that makes this thing work. Mega Banette. You skill swap Prankster onto Slaking. Now, I believe, and a lot of people can agree with me, that Prankster is one of the most busted abilities in the game and is actually used on a very popular Pokemon to use in the high competitive format, which is Landorus. Not Landorus, Therian. Thundurus. Thundurus. Thundurus likes to come in and taunt things and prevent their setup, prevent them from doing scary things, and that way your opponent can go for heavy hits and not have to worry anything. But for this set, you don't run any attacking moves. You go full bulk, 252 in HP, 252 in defense. I know it doesn't look like it can take a hit, but 332 on the hit points, 273 from the defense. You're going to take at least one hit or two hits. You're at least guaranteed a two-hit KO unless it's not super effective and your opponent hasn't set up yet. So for this, you can skill swap, and then it goes into Slaking. Now, Slaking, being that it has the Prankster ability now, it's always going to move first on that bulk up and slack off turn, meaning you can constantly just heal him over and over and over. Now, I have Lumberry here so you can not worry about statuses and just go for it. Maybe bulk up until you're 2 on everything, but at that point, the game should be over. Rock Slide, everything, then just have another powerful hard hitter, like one of the members of Chalk, like Landorus Therian, or Mega Kangaskhan, because you already have Mega. But Landorus Therian or Heatran are a very powerful attacker, and you can just wear them down to the point to where every single time you're using Rock Slide, it's taking a good amount of their health since Slaking already has that full attack. Now for the EV set, you want to go in 252 HP and 252 attack. Basically, you don't have to worry about speed since you already have Prankster. And pardon that noise, my mouse is doing weird things, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. Now, I love Slaking. You don't really see me using it that much because I prefer to run things like Chatot and just be more funny that way, because it's pretty fun to use. But Slaking, it answers a lot of things. It gets all that super effective coverage. It gets all that power, all the bulk. 100 defense into 150 HP. You are living everything at that point. unless it's not like super effective blow up close combat or something like that. But Slaking lives a lot of things. Like, I'm surprised it's in the lowest tier for Pokemon ever, along with Chatot. I will never understand it. Now, let's go on to the comparison here that I thought was just hilarious. Now, Slaking's base EV total is 670 points. All of the Hoenn legendaries have that, and that is just ridiculous. Rayquaza has that, Groudon has that, and Kyogre has that. Meaning this thing right here is if it didn't have Truant, it would be legendary, or just a pseudo legendary right off the bat. Maybe have like Klutz or something like that. Now, I feel like this Pokemon is a lot better, and it shouldn't be so low on the tier list, but the usage rate, people just don't want to use it because that one ability. Don't let one thing prevent you from using a Pokemon. It's just stupid. I mean, you should run a Pokemon just because you like it and you think it has a good skill, which is why I'm doing these guides. Now, these two sets, I really like my set better, but the double Slaking set, I just ran it one time, and I'm pretty sure I 6-0'd with it, or 4-0'd, however the doubles format works. But it does a lot of work. The Prankster Slaking. You also have Protect here for if you don't want to get hit and someone's focusing you down, because Slaking does become a threat at that point, so they're probably going to be focusing on it more. So I Protect there, and Rock Slide can cover for a lot of things. It's just Wide Guard's going to stop you. That is it for my video on Slaking. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a very nice day. Peace.